I say, here at Kajun Reseller, you give me an offer and I'll take it.
I say, this is Johnny's place, where you can have it for no problem. I got the dollars.
Fixed income, no credit, back credit. Here at Cajun Roots Reseller, that's no problem.
Let him have it.
I've got my dollars and I sent in my best offer.
We say, yes. See the special man. The easiest man on YouTube.
You got the dollars? We got the offer? Let him have it with no problem. Hello, good morning and welcome on this Friday, TGIF. And how's everybody doing today? First in the chat today is Stacy. Hello, good morning and welcome. And Michael, hello, good morning and welcome. And thank you very much. I see there's two gift-giving gifts today for memberships, and that is to Cheryl and Collecting Chaos. Congratulations to you both. And this is for the first morning chair dance of the morning. Here we go. And thank you very much. Greatly appreciate it. And this is for you, Michael. The dollars. Let me have it, please. I got the dollars. Let him have it. You got the dollars? We got the offer? Let him have it with no problem. Let him have it. And thank you very much. And this is for the new member.
Attention, new member. I want to thank you. Thank you for being a friend and family member of the Cajun Roots Reseller channel. Thank you.
And thank you very much. And let's see, John, hello, good morning and welcome. And Joe, hello, good morning and welcome. And Collecting Chaos in the house. How you doing this morning, James? Good to see you. Lisa, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. And Walker Magnet, if y'all haven't checked out this channel, I had just started recently, about a little over a week ago, started watching this channel and actually met them in another live show. And I want to say that it was Ella. I'm not 100% sure. I think it was Ella's show. It could be somebody else. But anywho, started watching him and really enjoy it. Does a lot of live. So check him out. And welcome, Walker Magnet. Hello, good morning and welcome. And Jane, hello, good morning and welcome. And there's Jennifer already dropping the featured channel of the week. And yes, this week it's Crazy Mustache Mia. Let's see who else is here. Everybody's here. Good. Got everybody so far. And let me highlight that because today's calendar of events are starting at 10 o'clock is Ella, Saved Here First with Victoria with their Friday deals. At 10 o'clock is Stacy May W. Catitudes with her Crafters Retreat, 7 days a week. And then at 10 o'clock, you also have Nora, the Stock Explorer, going live. 11:30 is Jackass Retro. At 1 o'clock is Let's Do Lunch podcast. And today, don't forget to make sure you are subscribed to Dawn Southern Finds Dawn, because as of today, it is now the Deals of the Dawns on Dawn Southern Finds channel at 2 o'clock today. And that's every other Friday. Then at 2:30, you have Janine's Twin Sister Sale. At 4 o'clock, you have Southern Vintage. 5 o'clock is New England Thrifter Helen. 5 o'clock is also Simon Says, Let's Make a Deal with Sabrina. 6 o'clock is 6 o'clock is Deb's Wood Burning. I was on a roll too. And then at 6 o'clock is also Great Scott with his daily show. 6 o'clock, if you're into ephemera and wanted to get into ephemera and learn a lot more about ephemera, 6 o'clock is Jimmy to Flip It, where he does his live Friday night live listing. 6 o'clock is Mona Did Wood with her Sew and Chat. 6:45 is I Spy Queen Anitra. At 7 o'clock is Steve Looking for Silver. And then at 7 o'clock is also Treasures Found Jeff live auction. 7:30 is Mess Hall Digs live for no reason. At 8 o'clock is Horizon Picks comic sale. 8 o'clock is Old Time Jewels Gems and Antiques Melissa. At 8:30 is Living My Best Life at 60 with Words on Stream. At 9 o'clock is Vintage Jewels, Gems and Pearls Margie. And to end the night is Steph Sells Stuff by the Seashore at midnight tonight. So that's the calendar of events. And if you did not hear your channel and you have something going on and you would like to be on the calendar, put on the community tab. It is there. Let me know. Make a comment. Especially if you do something on a regular basis, I would love to have you on that calendar. Even in the coin community, comic community. So reselling of cards, sports cards, all that good stuff. Lisa, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. There's the link for the Deals of the Dawn if you want to set your notifications and support and show some love and support to Dawn when she starts it today at 2 o'clock on her channel. And I am caught up. So today, Laura will be here. She'll let me know. She'll come in when she can, as soon as she can. And then we'll get started on the show today. I have a topic I want to talk about. And also, if you are a member of the channel, I have already went through all the emails that I received. If you are a member and you go to the last members live, I do have a new email set up for members to where you can communicate with me through that email. It is in the description bar below that one we did this past Tuesday. I have only 3 spots left. For all you who emailed me, I did reply back. So you already got those, and that's the first 5 that I got. 3 more left. And so if you are wanting to be on it and you did not email me, make sure you do email with that email that's in the members only live this past Tuesday's description bar. And I'll be glad to add you to the list. And then you just need to let me know what time slot you want, because I already have all the time slots done and on a spreadsheet. And as soon as I get everybody's time that they would like, I'll then start filling in the time slots. So just let me know, and that is already ready to go. Oh, and by the way, today's coffee is brought to you by Tracy Cakes Coffee and Cakes. And this flavor today is one of my favorite top 5s. And this one's the German chocolate cake. It's today's flavor. Excellent, excellent coffee. So if you ever need coffee, go check out Tracy Cakes. She does a lot of it on her sales, and that's what I'm drinking today. That is my flavor coffee of the day. That's my favorite. One of my top favorite 5. All right, let's see here. Walker. Sailor Stacker, hello, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. And Mark, hello, hello, good morning and welcome. And hope you had a good week with your sales for the auctions that you've been trying to get to on your storage units. And I just saw another membership come in for Sherry. Thank you very much, Michael, and hope everything's going well for you. Keeping you in my thoughts and prayers. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciate it. Now we have another member. Sherry, congratulations. You just got membership gifted by Sailor Stacker. Sailor Stacker just gifted the member to Sherry. Thank you very much, Sailor Stacker, and this is for you. Greatly appreciated.
Let them have.
You got the dollars? We got the offer? Let them have it with no problem. Let them have it. And thank you very much, Sailor Stacker. And this is for Sherry.
Attention, attention, new member. I want to thank you. Thank you for being a friend and family member of the Cajun Roots Reseller channel. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you very much, Sailor Stacker. And Ashley, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Let me get some links here. What's up, Orlando? Hello, good morning and welcome. All right, here is Jennifer's links. As y'all know, she never drops her own links. So these are Jennifer's links. That is her YouTube channel first. Then this is her Etsy store where she does a lot of unboxings and things like that. And then she puts them onto Etsy. So if you want to check out and need a gift for some occasion, check it out. And there is her Buy Her Milkshake. Again, she never drops her own links, so that's why I drop these for her. Let's show her some love and support as well. All right, let's see here. Orlando, where you went? Right there. Hello, good morning and welcome, Orlando. And Helen, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Mark B, hello, good morning and welcome. How are you doing? Good to see you. Weed Extreme. How did you hear about the channel? Are you changing your screen name? Because I think I know that avatar. Oh, yeah, I know who you are. I've watched your videos. Yep. Okay. Welcome. How you doing? Michael, super cool. Yes. Peddling Profits, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Don't forget also, by the way, Sailor Stacker does a show every Wednesday. But just remember, you do have to make comments on the video he puts out that morning. And when you're in the chat, you have to be in the chat to win that night. So definitely check and make sure you check out those videos. Leave those comments so you can be able to be a chance to win. He's always giving away some kind of silver. And also the thing with Walker Magnum, he does a lot where I was watching his show the other day, which was amazing how he gives away. He does coin unwrapping. And I think the other day he was doing $50. And he wound up giving away 4 or 5 rounds of 10 packs to unravel and open on the screen. So yeah, if you're getting into that and you haven't seen his new videos or his lives, check them out. I was just in there just chilling because I found them the day before. Collecting Chaos says, decided a month ago to start sending out offers to watchers on eBay. My sales are up. Yes, that is awesome. Congratulations, James. Good to hear that. Yeah, it's always something different you got to do sometimes here and there for any platform to make some sales. I do offers twice, sometimes 3 times a day, depending on how many offers I get in a day. But I'm also going through all my listings and changing the flat rate. So I've been working on that by categories to get all that done and setting up new shipping policies for that, business policy. Try to get that set up so I can change everything to flat rate. But that's going to take a while because there's a lot. So I'm doing everything by categories. All right, everybody, if y'all come here for Etsy questions, thinking about getting into Etsy, you haven't done it yet, you haven't taken that step to get onto Etsy yet, and you're thinking about getting into selling on Etsy, well, you've come to the right place with your questions, because today we have none other than DzinesLaura.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning and welcome. How you doing?
Good. How are you, Johnny?
I'm doing good. Good.
Morning.
Keep busy. I only offer 10% off, but it seems to help a lot. And a little bit helps a lot of times, depending on what it is and how long you had it listed for, too. So for those who don't know you, Laura, I know that there are some new people in the community that's been joining us in the morning show. And from other communities. There's Sherry. Sherry, you just got gifted the membership, and congratulations. You are now a member again of the channel. So Lisa, Laura, Lisa's in the chat. I just saw her name pop up. That's why I said it. But anywho, Laura, what do you want everybody to know about you with your channel? I know you've been growing and collaborating with others and expanding your horizons with your channel. So promote that, and then don't forget your disclosure and promote yourself.
Okay. Well, the disclosure comes first, because otherwise I forget it. I'm not an expert on Etsy, but I've been there for 11 years, and I fact check everything through the Etsy terms of use and through their seller handbook. So I have been able to stay out of trouble. So mostly I can find the answers to the questions, but I'm definitely not an expert in like SEO that goes beyond the basics. So, but I do know the basics. I've been making and designing jewelry since 1993, so 30 years. Did my first in-person show March of 1993. I did spend about 10 years traveling across the Midwest to larger shows. I've been to pretty much every big show in the Midwest at least once or twice. Then I started online 11 years ago. I sold a very obscure, not really obscure, but made famous by an actress, a ring, a spoon ring. And it sold for a lot of money, and it made me really look further into selling online. I've been doing that for 11 years. And then I found some people selling on YouTube, which then interested me. I had my first YouTube sale just this year. And my channel, I love where it's at. You know, the group I have in my chat is absolutely amazing. They're wonderful people, growing. But my next thing is to find how the workflow, like how to manage my time with the other platforms that I'm selling on. So I have switched to selling on every other Friday. So basically 2 shows a month. So that way it gives me enough time for family, my other revenue streams, and some time just to create new things. Once I get this established, I'm going to start inviting guests on, but I need to get my channel ready. I want my guests to have a good experience before, during, and after being on my channel. So that's where I'm at.
All right, I'm over here bouncing back and forth in tabs. I'm watching the chat, so thank you very much. Also, Denise, hello, good morning, and welcome. Let's see here. Sherry, good to see you. Welcome. Well, Wonder Woman, hello. I hope you're doing better. Hope you get to feeling better. Hope everything's going well for you. Denise, good to see you. And there's Laura's live show on 7/28 at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There's her link if you want to set your reminder. So yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. We want to make sure we get your answers, or at least try to get your answers to your questions, especially if you haven't taken that step yet and you haven't started on Etsy, but you're thinking about it. I know in the last couple of shows we've had people talking about what would be like the best platform to get started on and what platform should they decide to go on. Managing, what is this? Time management is the hardest for me. I want to keep work-life balance.
Yes, that's the word I was trying to come up with, Ellen. Thank you.
Let's see. We have a first question statement on Ashley saying, Etsy is the only platform I've ever yet to get a sell on. Is there any recommendations you might want to give Ashley, because she's over there listing but not making any sales?
I'm taking by your name vintage vibrations that you're selling vintage. Etsy defines vintage as 20 years or older. So your items that are 20 years or older would be eligible for Etsy. Not every vintage item is allowed though. So you kind of need to know, your items well enough to know if they're going to be allowed. I know Johnny sent me a message at 4:30 in the morning, my time.
That was actually an email. I didn't expect you to be awake already.
Email, yeah.
Yeah.
I just happened to hear it click through. Like certain things that are vintage, you can't sell like ivory that's 20 years old. I mean, there's just not every handmade item is allowed, and not every supply is allowed. So learning the parameters ahead of time, because if you get too many strikes, once you're out on Etsy, it's a permanent out. And I hate seeing that happen to people.
Ashley also says, how do you get started with no feedback?
Everybody starts with no feedback on Etsy because we don't get feedback as a buyer. Like on eBay, if you're starting new, you can go and buy up 20 notebooks from 20 different people who leave feedback and get your feedback score up. So on Etsy, everybody starts with no feedback. What I did 11 years ago was I had discovered I do need to leave my phone on. There's a chance of a call coming through that I have to take. I apologize. I knew of Etsy. I mean, I'd heard of it for at least a good 5 or 6 years before that from doing craft fairs. Everyone would talk about, oh, do you have an Etsy? So I had this item. I discovered this little Red Riding Hood spoon, and as a ring, which that's what I do, I take vintage silverware and turn it into jewelry. It was worth $300 to $400 online. It wasn't really going to be worth that much if I took it to a craft show. So that propelled me into I need to do this because I wanted to sell this ring. This was a new challenge for me. So my first item, I had 0 feedback. I didn't even use tags because I didn't know what the tags were. But because it was only 1 or 2 out there, and because I was willing to sell it for under what other people were selling this for $600. The prices were all over the place according to the condition. So my condition was fantastic. It was an item that people were really searching for. And here's how I did it with no feedback. My first customer, who turned into a customer, sent a message. And we messaged back and forth for several hours over the evening. I answered every one of her questions. I was transparent about what I was selling, what I knew. And she ended up purchasing it from me, and it had been listed for 3 days. And then she also left me then she did leave me feedback that she liked the ring, and the thing I remember the most was she answered every one of my questions. And I bet being new, she had a lot of questions for me. So when you're starting on Etsy, try to find that item that there aren't a lot of. And Jersey Gypsy, I watched her video last night. She had an item that would have been a great, you guys, if you want to see what Jersey Gypsy, her most recent video, she had an item with the only one out there. It was a good enough, she had a good profit, probably, I'm thinking, a good margin. She could have listed that on Etsy as a new person and probably sold that item because it's the only one out there. I hope that kind of answered. I would find a really good item to start with.
And Jane says, keep listing. It can be slow. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that brings up the summer slowdown subject. Summer slowdown, it happens. It doesn't happen to everyone. I don't want to make a blanket statement, but it does happen. Use your time wisely. Start stocking up on shipping supplies for Q4. List things, photograph things, source, whatever it is that you do that you maybe don't have, you start running short on. Use your time wisely because the summer slowdown, it ends quick. It will, like a light switch, it will change.
Yeah. Collecting Chaos says selling platforms are now refining the term vintage, driving me crazy. Vintage is 40 years or older. It used to be 50. Antiques is 100 years or older.
Yeah, well, and each platform gets to decide what their definition of vintage is. So yes, antique, pretty much 100, and that's what Etsy does. They define theirs as 20 years.
All right, I want to bring up a topic, and that's why I kind of reached out to Laura, because I have an item that I listed. It went live, but then Monday morning at about 12:38 in the morning, I get an email, but I wasn't awake. So when I woke up, I checked my emails, and it was from Etsy, which I was surprised because Monday afternoon, I was trying to share that listing with someone who wanted to see it. And I couldn't open it because, well, I couldn't find it because kind of found out it was pulled by Etsy. And then, of course, I got an email telling me why and what I need to do. So one of the things I'm surprised with, because this is the first time this has happened, the item that I have, I cannot find anywhere. And I can find some similar to it, but nothing identical with that item. And so with the email, the first thing I was surprised, because the first thing was, to your best of it, they pulled it because they wanted me to verify this particular item. Is it, to the best of your knowledge, has this item or any part of this item made from Russian gold? No, to me, it's not. I've researched, I've looked, I've found other listings. Nothing says anything with Russian gold. So then I went on ahead and checked my listing. Did I have that in my listing? No, I didn't. Did I have it in my title? No, I didn't. So I kind of figured, what should I do? So I took the word Russia out of my title. I took the word Russia out of my description. Then I had to reply back. And then it says, please reply back as soon as you've corrected these items and we'll make your item active again. So I did. And then, so this has been going on. We got like, 18 emails back and forth now of every time I change something to correct something, they bring me back with another question or ask me to do something else. So that's what's the crazy part. But we'll get into that in a few minutes. Let's see here. We have where it went right here. Laura, thank you. So we are trying to recruit. So you are trying to recruit me on Etsy. I have a lot of vendors on Etsy. Peddling Profit says, after you sell over 10,000 in a year on Etsy and the fees go up 15% to 12, then the fees go from 15 to 12 for their advertising. Did you notice an uptick or a decrease in sales?
Okay. And what Peddling Profits, and actually I have a question for Peddling Profits that might be able to help us with the vintage item, Johnny, when we get back to your egg situation.
Yeah.
Okay, so the program that Peddling Profits is talking about falls under the marketing and the advertising. Etsy has multiple advertising offerings that we can choose. One we can't choose. And the one that Peddling Profits is referring to is the forced. These are the ads that are outside of Etsy. You won't see this ad on Etsy. You'll see them on YouTube. You'll see them on Google. You'll see them, all the places that they go and advertise. Pinterest, I don't know. But they're called Etsy outside ads, okay? Now, to answer your question in part, and I want to dissect all of that, when Etsy rolled their outside ads out, I was already over 10,000. So I don't have a prior experience to if it changed anything because I was immediately forced into it. Any shop that has $10,000 in any given year, you could hit it one year and the next year not. It doesn't matter. You are automatically forced into the outside ads for the life of your shop. I know it sounds harsh. If you're hearing what I'm saying, it's harsh because there is an extra fee on top of all the other fees that we pay. It's going to be 12% if you're forced into it. If you opt into it, which Johnny could opt into it, your fee is 15%. But if you're forced, it's 12%, which is really high to add on to everything else. But the other thing you need to know about that 12% is they don't charge it. If you're listing an item for $100, they don't just charge it on the $100. They charge it on the sales tax the customer pays. It's on the shipping and it's on the gift wrap. So if your order total is actually $125, you have to pay 12% on $125. It may not seem like a big difference, but that comes right out of your profit. Yeah. It has changed. The difference is how I run my shop now. It completely changed how I run my shop. And it also changed that I'm not using the new tool that we have. We haven't started talking about that new tool yet either. But
okay.
I did not notice any uptick or decrease, no.
JJ, hello, good morning and welcome. What happens to everyone? More products you have up means less of an impact.
Big Barn is correct. I also think that not having all your eggs in one basket helps. Like I have multiple revenue streams.
Me too, Jane. I'm the same way. Let's see. It seems like more sales of those ads when you reach that 12% mark, 4 out of 10.
Yeah. And Peddling, when they started doing that, right before, okay, so maybe this is a little bit part of the question I didn't really get to. When Etsy was first experimenting with the outside ads, which was long, I can't even remember how many years ago that was. We weren't told that they were doing this. I was completely unaware that this was going on. But I had one ring, it was a silver tulip that kept selling like 3-4 times a day. And I'm like, what the heck happened? And it would be, you know how some people don't believe in the rotation. I do because I see the statistics. I would sell like 3 or 4 to Texas. Then I would sell 3 to 4 to California. And then over on the East Coast. And I'm like, wow, I should really thank somebody. Maybe someone put this up on Pinterest, or maybe word of mouth. Did someone go on Facebook? This is not a normal occurrence for one ring to be selling. Oh, come to find out, about 6 to 9 months later, excuse me, that Etsy had decided to put that ad out there, and they weren't charging me anything. So, but then once they started to charge me, I had to raise my price. I had to do a lot of different things. So I kind of purposely tried to not. I put even text on my photo to try to get Google to not show it. I didn't want my ad out there. I did. I'm so mad about that fee that's what I did.
So do you recommend anybody take advantage of that? Because that sounds like a lot for them to be charging on the total cost of everything.
I don't necessarily recommend it for everyone, but there are people who love this. There are people who opt into it. Their profit margin can handle that. And it isn't on every single sale. It's on the ones where somebody clicks an ad, and within 30 days, they make that purchase of anything in your shop. Not necessarily, if they would have clicked on the silver tulip ad, but then they would have ordered a sunflower ring, you still have to pay the fee, and it's within 30 days. And let me tell you this too. This happened to me. I spend a lot of time on YouTube, and someone's ad was rolling across, and I clicked on their ad, and it took me right to their Etsy shop. Let me tell you, everywhere I went on the internet, that followed me all over the place. So once you click on that ad, there's a good chance that ad is going to follow you everywhere, because they want you to, does that make sense?
Yeah, but I've never seen that yet. I guess, I don't know. I try not to click on these ads.
I've seen my ads on YouTube. I've seen them rolling across the top. Yes.
Interesting.
I'm gonna take a screenshot and show you, Johnny, next time.
Yeah, because I've never seen that before. Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Collecting Cost says one of the reasons that comic collectors communities come up with that's why they came up with the terms gold and silver age, was that in the late 60s there was no vintage comics. The gold and silver term came from the illusion of age. Let's see here. I saw another comment. Mom, good morning. Hello and welcome, Yvonne. How are you doing? Good to see you. Danielle, hello, good morning and welcome. Brown Sugar, hello, good morning and welcome. Good morning, Tommy. How are you doing? Good to see you. He says Etsy's been on fire this week. Hopefully not a lot of smoke, right? Good morning, Margie. Let's see. Made my 200th sale yesterday on Etsy. So Tommy, what are you selling on Etsy? We'll have to check it out. That's interesting. Now, you were talking about an update of some kind. What was that?
Okay. Remember the negotiating tool that Etsy was testing for vintage items?
Yes.
They have now opened it up to everybody. There was something on, there was something on the community page. It says now you can allow offers on listings to help move inventory, and they've opened it up to everybody. I didn't read through everything, but on my dashboard, now that was in the forums. If you go to the forums, I'll get that link for you, Johnny. But when I was on my dashboard, it came up on my dashboard as well, and it said, there was the option to yes or no. I clicked the no. I'd already heard about this by watching on YouTube. I was not surprised. I knew this was coming. So I clicked on the no, and then a little text box pops up, and Etsy wants your feedback. So I was, when you give your feedback, I know maybe you're heated or whatever, but if you can be professional about it, I think there's a better chance that they'll read it and maybe really listen to what we're saying. And I was actually I answered very honestly. I was all prepared to try this tool. The one thing that's holding me back, though, is not knowing if I'm going to be charged a 12% outside Etsy ad fee. I don't want to negotiate with the customer when I don't have all of the information up front, like that fee. And then I told them that I won't be using it until that goes away. Or you tell me up front, am I going to be charged that or not? And I submitted it. Now, the chance of anybody reading that, I don't know. But that's the reason why I personally won't be using that. new tool on my items. I'm going to get you the link.
Now, you talking about the new tool about the making an offer?
Yes, they've now opened it up to
Yeah, because I got a second email this week. There were some other things that were still available that I can add to the list.
Mhm.
And now it's
Handmade.
automatically on my dashboard. It is there now.
Yep.
And I
You can now
edit
add
this
your
too.
handmade items. I just put the link to the article in the private chat, Johnny.
Okay. Tommy says that he has been doing where?
Decals. Yeah.
Decals.
Congrats.
That is awesome.
Working. It's working.
Well, now you can check them out on Etsy and or eBay because you do them on both. Are you still doing them both, Tommy? Let's see here. I just saw another statement. There's the link right into the Etsy. There's his Etsy store. I think I have you saved on my Etsy store. Auntie Mama, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are y'all doing? This is one of the future resellers of our community coming soon. She's getting that readiness, getting her office together, getting printers and all that stuff ready. She's wanting to get into it. So I hope to see you more into the community and asking more questions, Auntie Mama.
Well,
good to see
Auntie
you.
Mama's, what will you be selling? Give us a little hint.
I don't know.
Oh, Jane, is that okay? So they make an offer and then use a coupon. That's the other thing I want to know because I have some discounts set up. Abandoned cart, return customer, favoriting. How many discounts does Etsy want us to give after we negotiate?
Yeah, really. All right, I'm going to show this because I did click on the main dashboard of my screen, and there's an editing button now. Where before it was just this. Can you want to add these? These are eligible. So I did that. But this is wrong button, Johnny. All right, share the screen. I do have a new screen layout. My monitor has been arrived and in here now. So I'm going to share this and show you. Did it come up right? Nope, wrong one. Why is it not showing my other monitor? I have two monitors now. I do. Share screen. Entire screen. Oh, it's not showing up anymore. Oh, that's interesting. Now I can't share my screen. What the?
Huh.
Well, that's interesting. I just went through this yesterday.
There goes.
Nope. That's this screen here. It's not showing my second monitor. Well, I can't show it. But anywho, on the main page of the dashboard, it does say buyers can make offers on your selected listing. Right now, there's 48 out of 49 listings that are still available for them to receive up to 20% off. And if I click on the editing settings, it does say you can select items. You can what's the lowest discount you would consider? There's 20, 30, 40, or receive an offer is the choices on there now. So yeah. But that's a choice now that they have on the dashboard. All right, let's see here.
I'd have to raise my price just to do that, and I just don't want to.
So they're offering a coupon too as well?
Yeah, I mean, you can send coupons out to customer. You can, there's so many ways, and I don't know how. I'm going to read through all of that. Maybe they discuss how many discounts, you can. I mean, because you can get really down to you lose money. You're paying somebody to take your item. And I find that just absolutely insane.
That comment is for you.
Oh, and that just makes everything so worthwhile because, the whole conversation about tags will make such a difference in your shop.
Yeah.
Just the basic SEOs. And, when we went to that big Etsy thing, Johnny, what was it called? The Etsy Up. They had that, there was a lot of it the whole thing was they want shops to drive your social media traffic to your Etsy shop, which we're not going to do. But they did sprinkle in some really, really good information on the Etsy Up, which is on the Etsy YouTube channel. You can go rewatch the part where they have the Google and the Etsy SEO people answering the questions. And the thing is, you guys, it's not as complicated as some of the people out there are making it. If you listen to that, maybe 10 minutes, it's not even 10 minutes long. It is the absolute basics of SEO. And just like we were just told, Bargain Effect doing the basics can make a huge difference in getting the algorithm to propel your shop forward. That's really all you need to know.
Okay.
Personalized t-shirts, cups with my logo on it. Okay. I'm already
she has a cute logo. Well, definitely looking forward to that, Auntie Mama. So yeah, if you have any questions about Etsy, please feel free to ask. We want to make sure we get your answers to your questions. I'm not sure. Did you want to talk about anything of that about the covering up of what you sent me that email about?
We can at the end if that's okay.
Okay.
There was a question from last week from Adopted Retrospecs, Kim. She was asking if vintage video games could be listed on Etsy. Yes. Okay, so there is a category. And again, remember search is a good tool to see what's out there, but just because you find it does not mean it's Etsy legal. So I pretended to start a listing for a vintage video game, and there is a category for video games. So because it's not handmade and it's not a supply, it would fall under vintage, which means it has to be at least 20 years old. The one thing that I wish Kim was here was Etsy does have rules about things, violence. They don't want anything. So I don't know. That's the gray area for me, is if the game has violence in it or does it have nudity. I don't know if that falls under their policy of it can and cannot. So it's one of those gray areas that I would tread very carefully. But there is a category for video games on Etsy.
Yes, she does. Oh, I see the comment up here. Laura, Pelling probably says that good news, Laura explains things so well to others. Yes.
I try. I'm wordy, but I want to get it all out.
So yeah, I don't see Kim in here, but I know she did ask that question last week.
Oh, I've got the 411 on how to get a hold of Kim. I'll let her know.
You got the complaint.
In the complaint department.
Every time I hear that in the chat, I love it.
Kim is so funny.
So does anybody have any questions about Etsy before I drop the link into the chat? Please ask you questions. Anything that has to do with Etsy, whether it's listing or questions about pictures or anything like that. I noticed that does Etsy allow videos, and if so, where we would put that? Is that in the listing? If they allow videos. Yeah, I see it. Never mind. Duh. It's right on the right in the listing.
Yes.
I'm wondering, can you do that on your phone? Because I noticed with eBay this week, when I went to list something on eBay, you cannot upload a video on your phone. You have to do it on the computer.
You know, I never list from my phone. I think with the new app, didn't they change it that you could? I cannot remember now.
I'm going to that right now.
Yeah. But Johnny, getting back to your listing inactive situation with the egg. When you listed and I don't list vintage, so I don't know, but when you listed this, and this might be the part where Peddling Profits can help us, during the listing of a vintage item, does it ask you anywhere the origin of where it's from? It seems like when I list vintage on eBay, I have to say, where's the item from?
I don't see it.
Okay. And
I
then
can share my screen now because I had to go back and re-click something when I said it. Hello, Laura. Hello, good morning and welcome. All right, let me share my screen right now. I have one monitor now that has 3 portions of a screen that I can do now, thanks to Delta. All right, share. I had to go back and press a different button. All right, and this time my screen is going to start looking. So anyway, if I open this all the way, and what it was, the first initial one, it says, to your best of your knowledge, has the item or any part of it been made with Russian gold? To my knowledge, again, I answered. Please make sure you answer as soon as possible. So I did. That was the very first one. Now, that is the first time I ever get an email from Etsy about an item that I listed, which I just listed this weekend, by the way, this week. It was on the weekend. So on the listing, which this is it right here, I did go on, and this is like the listings of like the video. I got all my pictures, every part of the egg. This particular design, I cannot find anywhere with this exact design, all the way from even the top of the egg right here. So I made sure to take all different pictures of different angles. And this is the tag, and it says made in Russia, right here at the bottom. Right here, you have the video, the title, vintage right here, category, colors. Now, it doesn't say gold tone. It just says you can do it in any of the colors. So the secondary color, of course, is gold. Occasions, renewal, description, section, material, variety, no variety, shipping, custom. Yeah, I don't see anything of origin.
I don't.
Now, in these emails, he did go back and forth again, and I answered as every time I would do it, he would reply, do this, do that. The next thing was, first, please edit your listing description or title, clearly specifying that your item's country of origin, or clarify, remove any refer to Russian gold. Nothing in my email. Go ahead.
It's and this isn't, I don't know 100%, but I couldn't see the listing to see if you still had it in the tag too, but there are other things, and this is not how we research, but there are other Russian gold eggs listed. So they didn't do a sweep where they took everything down. That's why I was wondering why yours was taken down. It is very confusing, and I don't think you'd be able to be found in search without using the word Russian. Now, when I went and looked at Etsy's prohibited list, they did mention things from Russia were not allowed. Gold was one of them. Sea life of any kind was specifically not allowed. But then I started thinking, do they think this is a real egg? I don't understand completely. When you remove the word Russian and gold from the title, the description, and the tags, what happens?
Then I get this email. Please edit your listing to describe or title that the specific clearly specifies your item's country of origin. So then I'll put it back in the title, made in Russia. And I made sure to put it in the description. Then I did that, and yes, I have to reply, yes, I did that, updated the list. Then I get another one back. Please clearly specify your item's country of origin. I did put in the title, and I put it back in the description, made in Russia, because it is made in Russia.
Right.
It's on the sticker. Then I did that. Then he said, please edit your listing descriptions or titles clearly to specify the country of origin, made in, or clarify that it's and there's nothing with Russian gold on the tag.
What happens when you keep Russia, but remove gold?
I don't have gold in my title, nor in the only place I have gold is in the color of the secondary color.
I would remove that.
Okay, then let me do that. Where's the colors? See, like right here, primary color, blue. Secondary, I put gold. So let me just change it to choose.
I would get rid of that, yeah.
Okay.
And make sure gold is not in your tag either. Made in Russia, Fabergé.
Okay, these are my tags. I have cobalt blue, Fabergé glass, egg etched, double-headed eagle, crest, and vintage. And then right here is glass.
Okay. Okay. I thought I saw the word gold in your title, but maybe not.
No, this is exactly this is the title right here.
And gilt, get rid of gilt.
Etched. How about I just take care of all of that? Delete that. Blue Imperial. Get rid of the gilt. Let's see if I got it anywhere else. Right here. I'll have to redo. Okay, made in Russia. Get rid of this. And then I don't think I have it in my title. Just etched. Yeah, I'll have it in the title either. And then of course I had the it was in the 1970s. It's a finished product, and another company, a person made it. So it's been, but he's been emailing me back and forth.
Yeah.
So I'm over here changing, adding. So one thing I have to say, this is the first experience I have like this where they were actually coming back to me, well, do this. And then I do it, then I get another email. It's like, this has been all going all week long. So
I know it's frustrating, but I'm looking at it as a teaching, like we're investing a lot of time in this. You are really investing a lot of time, but we're going to learn from it and help a lot of people. I'll be very interested to know if that does it. If made in Russia is okay, but no reference to any kind of gold or gilt or anything.
Right. So I'm going to make sure and recheck it all. Okay. And then I'll just reply to them that I did it again, because I have to do that every time I change it. I have to reply that I changed it.
Yeah. Okay.
Hello, Rachel. Hello. Good morning and welcome. How are you doing? Okay, I was right here. Oh, Lord Jesus, leave a message. Somebody from Texas. I don't even know who he is. Keep saying a phone call. Oh, let's see. Laura, not yet. Congress is trying to pass through the reseller having the disclosed items located in where it was made.
So Headland is answering my question of, when you list a vintage item, are we required, is there a field in there where we have to say?
I haven't seen any yet.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you, Headland.
We got you.
We got you. I got my typo.
Okay. Yeah, I understand. It's just I tried everything that would tell me, but at least they're still coming back with me and saying, okay, do this next. But I have to
Angry Otter, that was my first thought when I was reading the emails from Johnny too, was that it was sanctions, because there are Russian sanctions. But the fact that an Etsy associate is emailing back and forth to clarify this and clarify that, I just wonder what it is. If it's a sanction, they should just say, hey, it's a sanction. You can't list this.
One of the things, like I said, is the first thing I'm noticing that even the email itself in that one block is telling me what I need to do in dark print. In bold, so I can see what he wants me to do. So that's the first, but I'm going to learn from this one and pass it on for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Corner Clubhouse, hello, good morning and welcome. And that's why I wanted to bring that up this morning, because maybe somebody else may have that issue one day, because this is what it is right here in my hand.
It's beautiful.
It's got this dark blue, cobalt blue, and then there's the top of it.
It's beautiful.
And the back of it. And it's all the way around and even on the bottom. And there's nothing missing, nothing worn out. I was just surprised when I got it. But I do have it listed on eBay too. So I haven't had it listed on eBay, but still, yeah. Let's see. I thought I heard Etsy was flagging Russian.
See, and that's the other thing, is they could be doing one of those weird sweeps where there was one going around about any kind of medical claim. And if you had used the word, I can't remember what the word was, edible. I think edible was a word for a while. I mean, they could just be doing a sweep. And when they do a sweep, they don't take everything down. They just gradually move through. That's why some could be up and some could be down. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
And you know what's interesting? I even went back and looked at all the listings, whether it was in red glass or blue glass or green glass, and I would go to their descriptions to see what they have in their description.
Right.
And it's basically what I have.
It is.
So I don't know.
No, I agree, because right before I came in the back room, I did a search on Etsy, and it's like, they're right there. They say Russian egg gold. So I don't know. I don't get it.
But again, I'm glad it's this way. We're not just pulling it and not telling me nothing,
Right.
But I want to share that with y'all. Don't give up, especially when you get something. If they reached out to you, because this is from what department? Etsy's Trust and Safety Department.
Yep, I know Bruno. Yep,
Bruno.
Bruno's been there for a long time.
But I'm just glad to see that, because that's the first, so you never know. But definitely don't ignore it.
Nope.
Dirty Mag Yanker. Well, hello, good morning and welcome. I just started watching your channel recently. I think you were on somebody else's live though. I think is where I met you. But hello, good morning and welcome. What brings you to the channel? I hope it's from watching you in other chats. Yes, you went in the live yesterday, I think it was, that I found your channel. Trade made in Baltic. Try made in Baltic.
Office Patrick.
That's a new one. Made in USSR. Let's see, kind of tricky thing. And again, I'm trying to do what he's telling me, and it's nice to see that they're actually emailing me back and forth. And every time I reply, I'm thinking, okay, it's just a bot, but it's actually a person. I would say made in Europe, sort of made in Russia. Well, the tag itself says made in Russia, yeah.
And they're asking him to verify or clarify where it's made. So I wouldn't go that route.
Right. I haven't seen it yet, Laura. SSR Moscow. Hello, Ella. Hello. Good morning and welcome. Sorry, Jennifer. That song stuck in your head. Let's see. Any other questions in the chat? A blanket beach bingo. All right. Sometimes you think about an L has this many items. Watch how you use your wording on each listing. And I try to do that. Yeah. Let's see. What would you think? What would you think of the link for? Oh, like the link for somebody. Give up. No, I'm not giving up. I'm gonna try to do whatever I can. But I figured I'd bring it today and see, and maybe see what Laura thinks of what it is. Instead of made in Russia, use Baltic. I don't know about that one. Johnny will drop it. Johnny would drop what? I'm lost. I have a channel there and just don't drop my own link. Yeah, I drop it. Yeah. Oh, you want your links? Well, I can do that now. All right, everybody. It's getting to that time. The numbers are going up and down, up and down. If you have any questions about Etsy, please feel free to ask in the chat. That's what we've been doing here every Friday. We try to make sure we get your answers. And like for last week, Laura didn't have an answer for a question, and she researched it and brought it for the day for Kim. But I'll let her know, or you can reach out to her and let her know. I thought she was here earlier, but I didn't see her. All right, so there's Jennifer's link to her channel, which she never drops. So there's her link for that YouTube channel for Jennifer. There is her Etsy store of all the things that she lists when she does a lot of these unboxings on jars and things like that. She puts them on Etsy, so check that out as well. Professional is the key. Exactly. Let's see. I can't put my link in. I drop it. All right, got it. Full support for me. Awesome. So yeah, if you don't have any other questions, we're going to get in the show. Don't forget, we have several shows starting at 10 o'clock. But before we go, don't forget to make sure you check out Laura's information. It is in the description bar below, but also Jennifer has been dropping the links in the chat. We want to make sure we get those answered for you. So if you have any particular questions or answers, all of Laura's information is in there, including her Etsy store, her website, and her email, and her YouTube channel. So before we agree in the show, Johnny, always great chat. Wish I could stay, but I understand, Harry. It's Friday. It's a sourcing time, garage sales time, all that good stuff. So before we go in the show, Laura, I want you to go ahead and promote your channel. Let everybody know what's going on. We had a character that was slightly bigger than her lips. It said went against the Etsy rules. Wait, what? Character that had slightly bigger lips.
Yeah, sometimes they get very sensitive about mature content or violence. Violence is something to be sensitive about, but
right.
The whole mature content thing, you never know. I mean, what they're going to take down.
Right. All right, so Laura, go ahead and promote yourself. Don't forget to promote your channel and any other news you would like to share.
Sure. The next sale on my channel is going to be Friday, July 28th, which is not today. It's next Friday. What I'm going to be trying for August is, starting now anyway, through August, is every other Friday. Because of all my other revenue streams, it was getting difficult to get to the farmer's market on Sunday. I absolutely love going to my farmer's market. It's like therapy for me. So I had to figure out like the time management, the work-life balance. So I'm going to be stepping down from answering Etsy questions on Fridays. This is my last one. But I told Johnny that, as I'm watching, if somebody has a question, I'll try to answer it in the chat. I can drop a link, or if there's a link at the end of the show, if somebody wants me to come up real quick, last 5 minutes, and answer an Etsy question, I will. I'm not abandoning the situation, just the life family balance. I need to work on that. And the balance with YouTube taking over all of my other revenue streams, I need to find balance there as well. So I'm going to be doing 2 shows a month, which means every other Friday. And then I can start getting ready for my market on Sunday after the show. I think this is going to be where I'm going to stick, at least while I still have my market. Now, once my market ends, I'll reevaluate and see how much I can handle. So thank you, everyone, for your support and all your questions.
And thank you for always coming out when you can on Fridays. Again, I understand. And again, when you start growing and doing more things, it's important that you take care of that first. And I understand that. And so we are still going to do some Q&As. I have a different idea of maybe something we can do different on Fridays that I may start next week. I haven't decided yet what I want to do yet, but I have some ideas or something that I would like to do on a new show, one of the morning shows that gets the community involved in the chat as well. Let's see here. Your channel is awesome. Just subscribed. Danielle, truly appreciate. Everybody's saying they love you and learn. So do me a favor before we end the show today. Fill the chat with hearts for the new adventures that Laura's going to be heading into on her way, and all the things that she's got to do for her new things of the endeavor of YouTube and business decisions that she's got to start doing. So thank you so much for always being here, and thank you for sharing all the knowledge that you did. And I'm glad to see. I know I can personally say, and I know Tommy has already too, some things that we have asked in the chat and shared in the chat. And I find that it helped me because I'm getting more eyes on my products just by me changing the tags. I didn't even know anything about how to do the tags. Laura gave us a tip, and then she helped with something with Tommy. And it's just every little time you need to do something or tweak something or change something for the better, I recommend doing it. And anytime you learn something from somebody about something that can help you on any platform, not just on Etsy, try it. The only thing it can do is work for you.
Right.
You won't know until you try it. So definitely make sure you do that. And again, don't forget, if you still email me or make comments in the videos, if you have any questions, and that way I can reach out to Laura.
Yeah.
And then we can have it like a segment on a show.
Yeah.
Keeping it on Fridays. If that, unless another day works best for you, but I can talk about that in whatever that day works best.
Right. And just consider me to be on call. If something comes up, whatever, I'm here. I'm always in the chat anyway, if there's a question. Thank you, Neil.
Thank y'all. And make sure you do follow her information. It's in the description bar below. Jennifer has been dropping it in the links, including her website, her YouTube channel, and her email if you need to reach out to her as well. So that way we can keep in touch with her. And again, follow her on her channel. Check out her new shows that she's going to have coming out, and her sales and her new merchandise that she's going to produce. Ventures could not understand why you call it. Wait. Could not understand why calling Etsy set against rules in case others may take it the wrong way. Paper advances. You just never. Hello, Dee. Hello. Good morning and welcome. And all the hearts in the chat. Thank you very much. Doing a wonderful job. Yes, she is. Thank you, Laura. Let's see. Yes, I was out of the room getting coffee and I heard my name.
Happens to me too.
People she has helped. How many people have she helped by the show questions? Because this is her last show. She will be now on call. If anybody needs any specific questions, we can do that in a segment on the show where she can come and join us for a little bit towards the end of the show, possibly. We'll start doing it in that aspect if you have any questions. So with that being said, like I said before, in each and every show, please make sure you do check out Laura's channel. Make sure you check out it and see, and make sure you hit the notifications so you don't miss out when she comes on with her next lives and her sales and her new designs and those silver spoons and jewelry and rings, all kind of stuff. Wait, what Laura now show? What happened? Y'all was sleeping? Yeah, question. Wait, what? Last show?
Oh.
Go back and rewatch. It's there. She said why. B&D, good to see you. How are you doing? Good to see you. I want to say Brian. Hello, good morning, and welcome. So as I say before in each and every show, love always. Love is always free. Thank you very much, Laura, for always coming out and showing us and your support and helping us with the Etsy platform. And again, like I say, love always. Love is always free. Please be kind to one another till we meet into another chat. Have a blessed and fabulous day. And until we meet again, later. Peace out. And y'all have a great weekend. And y'all come back now. You hear?